Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is another update for Deck of Panning. I created this project last year after being inspired by books with Maddie and having her permission to turn it into a beauty project pan. You can find her linked down below. She is a booktuber and this is how she chooses which books to read each month. Obviously there are differences to make it a collaborative project pan, but I'm having so much fun. This is what the game board is looking like for the month of May. I do shuffle this around on the 10th of every month. There is both an English and a French game board. They should be matching, like prompt to prompt. You know, like the 2 of hearts on the English board should be the same as the 2 of hearts on the French board. The translation is still a work in progress, but I'm really liking how it's coming along. Thank you guys so much for your support on having a French game board. I did not realize how many of you guys spoke French. So I'm happy to be doing a game board in French as well. But I have a very exciting update, so let's just hop into it. You guys know I like to update my products on what has been in the longest versus what and working our way down to what I pulled in last month. So I got a Queen of Spades, which is Represent Another Project. I chose Partners in Cream, which is a project created by Steph Lyons and Delyn from Outward Processing, where you work on liquid or cream products. I chose a foundation. This is the ColourPop No Filter foundation. I have used it 10 times since the last update, and here are my markings. So this was January, February, March, and then in April, despite using it 8 times, I could not make a new line, and then the red is May. So still not the best progress. I feel like there is probably maybe 40 more uses in this bottle, which seems like a lot. Let me see. I have tracked 73 uses in total on this bottle. That would be from the top, so 70 uses to here. I don't know, maybe 30 uses until the bottom. We'll just have to see. It's not my favorite, though I am liking it more now that it is warming up and my skin isn't feeling so dry or dehydrated. It's what I have on my skin today, and I'm getting some color from being outside in the sunshine and getting that much needed vitamin D. So I'm liking it more than I had been, which is good. My goal is to finish that. Next I have the Jack of Clubs, which is a random color generator. I got this medium blue toned pink shade, which I think perfectly matches the Maybelline lipstick in Lust for blush. My goal was to use this 10 times, and I'm happy to say that I have now used this 10 times, so this will be rolling out. This isn't my favorite shade, though I do really enjoy the Maybelline matte lipsticks, but I haven't bought from Maybelline in a very long time. Then rolled in February, those 2 products were still in from the intro. In February I have a hair on my face, probably from the cat. You guys will be happy to hear that the kids are in bed and I snuck down here with the cat still sleeping on the couch. So I left in so much in my empties because I thought it was funny, but I cut out a ton of the cat acting like an absolute maniac in that video. All you could hear was smashing and crashing and knocking things over. It was something else. Okay, I'm distracted and rambling. 10 of Clubs was blush, and I chose the ColourPop and Kathleen Light's I Need Space blush, which is right here. My goal is to use this 10 times, and I'm happy to say I have done that as well. I am wearing it today. I really love this blush. It is glowy, and I really like this kind of mauve-y tone, but it's more fall winter for my preferences. I'm definitely excited to lean more into the peaches and pinks for spring and summer. So I'm happy to be putting this away, but I really enjoyed having it out. I liked that I kept it in this magnetic palette instead of putting it in something smaller, because I reached for the highlight a few times as well as these singles. So overall, this was a win. Then I got the Nine of Spades, which was a spring product. I chose the Natasha Denona Coral palette. My goal is to use this 10 times, and I'm happy to say I have done that. This was the 10th use actually. I topped Abalone on my lid today, which that is my favorite shade in this palette. It is just a topper sheer base with a like pinky purpley blue shift. It's very interesting and I love how it just amps up any look. I'm still having my Natasha Denona eyeshadow problems. I have added a video idea to my list that I'm very behind on, so God knows when you'll actually see that video, but I'm going to show you guys no primer, different primers, set primer, wet primer, no setting spray, with setting spray, glitter glue. Like, I'm telling you, it doesn't matter. My eyelids eat the Natasha Denona eyeshadows. I literally can't figure it out, and it shouldn't be this hard for how expensive those eyeshadows are. When ColourPop, BH Cosmetics, Urban Decay, all of those work so well for me. I will do a video at some point. I don't know when. Because I feel like some of you don't believe me that and think I like must be doing something wrong, which I feel like I have to be because everyone seems to love Natasha Denona and they're so expensive and they are so beautiful. Like, as I'm creating looks, when I'm swatching, I'm so happy with my makeup and like they're such a joy to apply, but after a few hours they look disgusting on me and I cannot figure it out. Okay, that's enough ranting about that because I think I do that every single time. In March, I got the Two of Spades, which was a cream product. I pulled in my Milk Makeup bronzer stick. My goal is to use it 20 times. Last update, I let you guys know that my packaging broke, and so this is what it looks like now. It was driving me nuts to only have like the smallest surface area to kind of rub my brush into to apply it. It wouldn't go up or down. I couldn't fix it in any way, so I ended up depotting it into my L'Oreal True Match powder compact. I used that up last year and kept the compact. For repressing, I thought I would put a powder in here, but instead we have a cream bronzer. I smashed it all in there and then used my hair dryer to flatten it out a little bit. I mean, I didn't do the perfect job, but I'm happy I'm actually able to use it with ease. I'm actually finding I prefer it like this because I wasn't one to draw it on my face anyways. I do have more combo oily skin and I was finding, I still have a hair on my face, I was finding that even with light pressure, drawing it on my face over my foundation was pulling and moving my foundation. So I preferred using a brush, and having it in a compact makes the brush easier to use. Like I said, my goal is to use it 20 times. I used it 7 this past month, bringing me up to 13 uses in this project. So I should be able to get 7 more uses out of this next month and be able to roll it out then. I'm very happy to be getting more use out of this product. And last month I got a wild card, which meant I was able to pull in any product I wanted, which is a blessing and a curse because there's just so many options that I really like having prompts to kind of guide my choosing. But I did end up pulling in the Becca liquid highlight in the shade Opal. I used this 5 times this past month and I was able to make a new line. So the first 2 lines were from previous projects, but the second line is where I was last month and this is where I am now. So I feel like I'm making decent progress. I think there must have been some air and some settling. I have used this entire thing. This is a 10 ml product. I've used this 45 times in total, which seems like a lot. What I've been doing with this is after I apply my primer, I put just a little dot on the back of my hand, tap some on my cheekbones as a liquid highlighter before foundation. So I apply it like quite wide on my cheekbone, and then there's always quite a bit left over on my hand, and then I pump my foundation right onto it, mix it together, and apply it like that. The foundation I'm using is the ColourPop No Filter, and I feel like that gives me a very beautiful finish. I did try to just directly mix the two together, and I found that to be too glowy. It did break apart quite significantly. So I think just mixing in the tiniest amount and having it more concentrated on my cheekbones has been working really well. My goal is to finish that. Wow, I feel like I got through that relatively fast. Still lots of rambling, but it is me after all. We will be rolling out the Maybelline lipstick, the Natasha Denona Coral palette, and the, ColourPop blush. So we will be pulling in 3 cards. I'm very excited for this, but also nervous because that means there is more of a chance of pulling in the Joker. I've decided that my Joker product will be a red lipstick. I'll probably look through my tracking spreadsheet and find one that is like least used or something like that, just to get more use out of my collection. I don't reach for red lipstick hardly at all, so I think I should choose the one that I have used the least and give it some more love if the Joker gets pulled up. I am shuffling. I'll pop up the game board once again so you can see what we're dealing with. Let me make sure I have my game board pulled up, and here we go. 3 cards. The 8 of Diamonds, which is something a friend is panning. Oh no, okay. The 3 of Spades, a duo or multi-chrome product, okay. And the 5 of Hearts, which is holiday or vacation. So something that reminds me of vacation. Maybe it's travel friendly. Okay, I am going to have to figure out what a friend is panning first off, and then also I have some thinking to do. I'll see you in a second. Okay, you guys, I am back. That took me a really, really long time. So first we pulled the 8 of Diamonds, which is something a friend is panning. So I went and watched a ton of Chic Geek's videos. I usually watch hers when she uploads, but I went back through the last month of some of her project pans, and in her graveyard project pan she put in the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. I am getting close to finishing the only concealer I'm currently panning, and this is severely neglected in my collection. So I'm going to roll this in. These are huge with 15 mils or half a fluid ounce. I am not going to try and finish this. I am going to set a 20 use goal on this one. It's a bit dark for me right now. This works best for me in the summer, but hopefully I can use it as a spot concealer for now at least, or maybe even as a foundation. Then I got the 3 of Spades, which was a duo or multi-chrome product. I had the hardest time finding something that I actually wanted to pan. I had a couple highlighters I was looking at, but I really wasn't in the mood for them currently. And I have a ton of palettes I want to use. So I rolled out a palette, I would like to roll in a palette, and this has been calling my name since it released. I bought this right when it launched and I haven't used it yet. This is the Oden's Eye and Angelica Hela palette, and this does have both duo and multi-chromes if I'm not mistaken. At this moment in time, I'm not sure which is which. I mean, this kind of looks like a multi-chrome down here, doesn't it? I'll have to see once I start playing with them on my eyes, but this is going to be a really fun spring-summer palette. I can't wait to dig into it. This color story just looks so exciting to me, and I would like to use this palette 10 times. Absolutely gorgeous. The packaging is beyond incredible. And lastly, I got the 5 of Hearts, which was holiday or vacation item. I went with the like travel friendly route, and I'd actually had this on the list to pull in my next Shop My Stash, but I figured why not throw it in this project pan. This is the Ofra Mini Mix palette in the colorway Good to Go. I really love my Life's a Draft Mini Mix palette, and this was in a BoxyCharm, but I didn't get it, so I actually got mine on Poshmark for less than half the price, and it was unused. So this is what it looks like. This is a like vacation travel friendly palette in my opinion, because we have these really summery shades, and then we have a blush, a bronzer, and a highlight, kind of everything you need just here in one spot. I do want to use everything in here, but I will be focusing more so on the cheek shades because I do have a ton of eyeshadows I'm using. But if I reach in for maybe the blush and highlight and maybe one of the eyeshadows whenever I use it, that is fine. Anytime I reach into any one of these products, it will count as one use. I am going to put a 10 use goal on this one as well, as again, it is brand new in my collection. I've never used it before. The blush is in the shade Intentions. This is their All of the Lights highlighter, and this bronzer is called Current, which I think these are really great summery shades. As I'm like shivering and freezing to death down in my basement, I'm actually very much in the mood for summer. So usage goals on the products I'm rolling in right now. I couldn't think of anything for the cards I got pulled that I could reasonably finish, but I'm pretty happy. So I did pull 2 palettes in. One I'm more going to focus on the face shades than the eyeshadows, but more eyeshadow, which I shouldn't be doing, and then a concealer that is severely neglected in my collection and really does need to get some more use. So everything's kicking on in the basement. I feel really good about my new products. The only thing I think I can finish for next time is getting my 7 additional uses on this bronzer. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye!